Back when the Sony PlayStation was hot stuff, only one person I knew had a big screen TV. The screen size was just under 50 inches, it took up half their living room, and it weighed as much as the country squire. Now with a projector, you can get a much bigger screen size out of something you can carry under your arm. But not everybody's into the washed out Instagram filter over all of their movies. Could there be a solution? Introducing the Dell S718QL, the world's first high brightness 4K UHD ultra short throw laser projector. The Mass Drop and Sennheiser HD6XX open back headphones are available now for only $199.99 US. Check them out at the link below. We have never reviewed a laser projector before, and that's because up until now, their prices have been so high that they were only used in premium large format applications. I mean, now this one is still $6,000, but when you're talking about high-end installations, that is getting pretty close to mainstream prosumer. I mean, consider that an 82-inch 4K HDR TV would run you about $5,000, and that Sony's groundbreaking short throw laser projector debuted at $50,000. So the S718QL, I'm just gonna call it Kylo Ren, looks pretty good by comparison. It projects much brighter images, up to 130 inches, while also overcoming many of the installation headaches of traditional projectors. You see, because Kylo is an ultra short throw model, his lens can generate a 100-inch image from just 15 inches away. So you can just chuck him on a normal TV stand for a normal looking living room, no matter what the dimensions of your room are. Plus, you don't have to worry about people blocking the shot or presenters getting blinded.
Ooh, guess I won't be needing these.
Okay, so projectors are cool. Short throw projectors are even cooler, but why pay more for laser? Well, there are actually a lot of reasons, starting with brightness. Conventional lamp projectors shine a single white light at a spinning color wheel which separates the light into the desired colors. Unfortunately, this means that about 80% of the light from the bulb is actually wasted and ends up being diverted or blocked at any given time. By contrast, laser projectors emit light using lasers that switch rapidly on and off as needed. This allows them to power on instantly because lasers have no warm-up time. It allows them to take the same amount of power from the wall, but shine much more brightly, up to 5,000 lumens in this case, and it even contributes to lower black levels because they don't have a bunch of diverted white light bouncing around inside the projector, giving the dark areas of the scene an LCD-like glow. Now, to be clear, it's a very different technology, but the result ends up more similar to OLED in the sense that black areas get very little to no illumination at all. So all of this culminates then in Kylo not just managing to look good, even in a lit room, but also support HDR content while doing it. Still not seeing the big picture? Because laser projectors don't have a super hot light bulb inside, you won't hear as much fan noise while watching a movie. Kylo here operates at around 36 decibels, even quieter in eco mode, and the laser system is rated for 20,000 hours of use, which is a far cry from the 3,000 hours of a typical bulb. So that's nearly a decade of screen time, even at 40 hours a week. But, alas, not all laser projectors are created equal. Dell was able to hit this price point because Kylo here doesn't have dedicated lasers for R, G, and B. Instead, he's got an array of blue lasers, which, like many lamp projectors, still rely on spinning color wheels. One of the biggest downsides to this approach then is something called the rainbow effect, which is most noticeable when you move your eyes quickly around on the screen. Some people don't notice it or care about it, but others will find it bothersome, with some people even complaining that even when they're staring in one spot, it can make them feel sick. As for the experience of using this one though, honestly, everyone who saw it, including Brandon, was really impressed by the contrast of the image, even at 100 inches in a lit room, and how subtle the rainbow effect was. As for gaming, it should serve console gamers just fine, but if you're used to playing competitive shooters with a mouse and keyboard, the input lag might be less than ideal. So this is a really different generation of projectors, one with the advantages that they've always held, and without many of the disadvantages that have made them hard to recommend for all but the biggest cinema nerds with dedicated theater rooms with blackout blinds in the past. And it'll even look good in your living room. I mean, we've obviously been teasing Dell about the look of it, but the industrial design is pretty clean with a mix of matte and glossy black on top and a brushed metal motif on a completely unbranded front, which we really appreciated. Now, I was personally a little disappointed at the lack of DisplayPort inputs because we're kind of all PC dorks around here, but overall it's got a pretty solid mix of I/O as well, including the ability to connect it to wireless speakers over Bluetooth if the dual 6-watt integrated speakers aren't enough for you, or even operate without a PC because it can accept network sources, a capability that I plan to use for remote employee motivation.
Work faster or I'll burn your feet.
So time to buy then? Well, if you've got 6Gs burning a hole in your pocket, then sure. I mean, 10-bit color, HDR, there's nothing else quite like it on the market right now. But there's still some room for improvement. Right now, smart TV-like functionality like Plex or Netflix will require a separate box like a Roku or an Apple TV, and actually it's pretty awesome. I don't know, maybe future ones will be cheaper. Who knows? I can't project the future. VideoBlocks is the place to go to get studio quality stock footage, audio, and images for a fraction of the cost. It's great, and we've used it for a ton of projects in the past. You can download all the stock media your heart desires from their member library, including 150,000 videos and 100,000 audio clips. All the content is royalty-free, so you can use it for commercial or personal projects. New content gets added regularly, so there's always something fresh to download, and it starts at just $149. So go to videoblocks.com/Linus to save on millions of studio quality stock media from VideoBlocks. So thanks for watching, guys. If this video sucked, you know what to do. But if it was awesome, get subscribed, hit that like button, or check out the link to where to buy the stuff we featured in the video description. Also linked in the description is our merch store, which has cool shirts like this one. Yep. And our community forum, which you should totally join.